Hey there, it's Elisha Goldstein, founder of the Mindful Living Collective, and today I want to help you restore your mental wellness and also maybe like live a life that you love. And so I'm going to give 5 keys today about that, and these are things that are backed by science, backed by thousands of years of human experience. And let's start with the first one. First of all, in the past year, let me just kind of lay the land of COVID and what's to come. Mental wellness for many of us has just kind of gone out the window entirely. And so if you're experiencing that, you're not alone. I mean, it used to be like 1 in 12 people suffered with symptoms of an anxiety disorder. And this last year, they found it was 1 in 3. So just to give you a sense that like, okay, I'm not alone in this. So first key, and usually the one that's left last on people's lists, is meaningful human connection. Why is it important to connect? Connection, at least my research has shown, a study that was published in the Journal of Clinical Psychology in 2006, that connection is the epicenter of well-being. And when we feel connected, we feel safe and secure, just like a strong web or a net. If you were on a high wire and you had a strong net beneath you, you'd feel safer than if there was no net or if it was frayed in some way. So how do we support greater connection in our lives? So be on the lookout for micro moments of really attending and listening and paying attention to people in your life, whether that's a checkout person at a grocery store and you're wishing them well with your mind, or whether it's considering your friends and family and people that you care about, making more regular connections with them via text or FaceTime or something, just like knowing that you're connecting while you're being with them. Just bringing that awareness of connection into your life. And by the way, you could do this with other things in your life. You can do this with nature. You can be out there and just be aware of the leaves and the contours of the leaves, sensing into the connection of everything that's around you. This is going to give your nervous system a sense of safety and security, which is going to set a strongest foundation for the next 4 keys that come. So connection, the number one thing, meaningful human connection and connection in general. The next one, and this is something that you already know, but I'm bringing it top of mind. Be active. Be active in life. Get physical. Your brain is connected all the way down your spine through your arms and hands with what's called a nervous system. It needs to be exercised and moved. If it's not, energy gets stuck, and we get stuck into a place of either getting overly rigid physically and mentally, or things go and become overwhelming and chaotic. And so we need to move the body to get the flow going, and it just feels good, really. And so in whatever way that you can, get physical, move your body, be active, go on walks, do a couple push-ups if that's in your regimen. Go on a walk with another person. Even better, you get the connection and the physical aspect together. So make sure to do that. That's, again, this might just be bringing it top of mind, something you already know. That's okay, but the question is, are you applying it? And if you are, celebrate that. And if you're not, ask yourself, what are some micro steps I can take to get a little more activity, physical activity, into my life? Okay, number 3, be present, be aware, be mindful. In other words, like pay attention on purpose, with a sense of curiosity to things. What does this do? This dials down our inner critic. This dials down the noise in our mind. Science shows that when you're attending to something intentionally, even if it's a great piece of food that you're eating, then the worrying, the thinking mind starts to dial down a little bit. It's also enjoyable to notice the small, beautiful things in life, whether it's the eyelashes of someone that you care about, the contours of their face, or whether it's a flower outside, or whether it's just laying down and looking at the clouds. There's something enjoyable about being present, or whether it's being silent and just being present to ourselves. So being mindful, paying attention intentionally, and being curious about whatever's there. That is absolutely something that's going to help restore your wellness. And the fourth thing, keep learning, make progress. If there's something that sometimes we feel stale in life when we're not really learning anything, we're not really growing. And when we're learning, it activates the mind. It makes it look forward and be engaged, and you feel more vital in the life. So whether it's taking a program and growing and nurturing your skills in guitar or mindfulness, or learning a whole new curriculum of something, get engaged in something, learn something, or whether it's reading a book and learning, or whether it's having conversations with people and a mentor who's teaching you something. Get involved with something small, learn something big. I know we have a whole Course in Mindful Living professional teacher training program. That's a 9-month venture. But you could do something that's even smaller, which is something about learning something new, again, from like a book or a small course, or just even from a friend. Ask yourself, what am I learning right now? What's new? And then move towards that. What am I interested in? Okay, finally, the 5th thing, be generous. What is that doing? Again, what's happening when you're generous and you're giving is you're making an effort of connection. Again, so this loops back around to connection, but in a different way. You're strengthening the web of life for yourself by being generous. And something about it feels good. And you know what? The reality is we're interconnected. And so when you're generous and you give and you lift up other people, well, guess what? The web gets lifted up too, and you're part of that. So you get lifted up. That's why it feels so good to give. Now, giving could be a smile to somebody. Giving could be some money that you're giving to somebody. Giving could be teaching somebody something. So it could be any of those. So we can give in so many different ways. Ask yourself, how am I giving? And maybe there's so many ways that you're giving right now, but you're not acknowledging it. So what's it like to maybe be aware of the ways that you're giving and acknowledge it and give yourself a little credit for that? And if you're finding that you're not giving a lot, what are some ways that I can give? Again, simple ways, a smile or a teaching, or there is some money towards an organization that you really appreciate and want to see grow. Any of those ways. So just to recap, you ready? So here's 5 keys to restoring our mental wellness during this time, which the first one is meaningful human connection, finding ways to connect more meaningfully with other people. Second thing is be active, be physical, get your body involved in life again, create more vitality for yourself. And it feels good, and you send the message to yourself that you're worth paying attention to. 3, be mindful, be present, be curious about things in life. But curiosity has been shown to be heavily connected to and correlated to feeling well in life. So make sure to get that going in a variety of ways. There's so many ways we can do that in our life. 4, keep learning, grow, be engaged, be active. What is there? What am I interested in? What can I learn right now? What can I grow with? Even in a time of COVID, there's so much opportunity to learn. 5, and final, be generous, give, strengthen that web that's there. Okay, I hope this is supportive. Take notes on those 5 things and ask myself, what am I doing in these different areas of my life right now? And what are maybe some areas that I could encourage more growth in these areas, or maybe celebrate the things I'm already doing? I hope this was supported. Stay connected. I'll continue to give you ways to restore your mental wellness during this time for all of us. Bye for now.